I got a problem. Hello, welcome back, everyone. This is your host, the man in the Iron Man mask, and as the title says, I've got a problem. Here we have the hold on, let me think about it. The Premium DNA, the Premium DNA Earthworm Jim action figure. Comes complete with the Snot book bag. Snot is here somewhere too, but I didn't put him in here because he's not my issue. And before I get into this, I just want to say give you guys a small disclaimer. I know not everybody has the same problems with these toys that I do, but I just like to point them out so that other toy developers, people who want to create toys moving on into the future, don't make the same mistakes. Hopefully they see these videos, but if all I got to reach out to you was you few who pay attention to me every now and then, I am eternally grateful. That's it. And these videos come out as sporadically as I can find time to actually sit down and record over everything and put everything together so that it looks somewhat coherent. So I apologize if there's anything that looks like it's like it was there, but it's not really there yet, or if one video comes out before I actually open another figure or whatever. If that's confusing, I apologize. But it's just me doing this by myself on my phone. I'm not really, a video editing professional, so to say. But yeah, so I'm eternally grateful to those of you who stuck around, who watch these videos whenever I post them, and for all those who like and subscribe and leave comments. I really appreciate you. You guys are awesome. All right, so enough of that. I want to get into this figure. Here's the Earthworm Jim action figure, and yeah, I have a major problem with this figure because I really, really wanted to like this figure. I was a big fan of the Earthworm Jim video game when I was a kid. Played it on Sega, played it on SNES. It was just a great game, and it was a great cartoon. Love the theme song. And now, here, I have the opportunity to have in my possession an Earthworm Jim action figure. Look at these feet. These feet. I think one of these feet has actually the official copyright information on this one. Has all the words on the bottom so you can see it on the foot. This is an official figure from Premium DNA. I couldn't wait to own this figure, but the price point was a little much for my taste. The price point that they usually sell these things for is like $50 and up. So I found this on AliExpress for like $15. So I was like, okay, yeah, definitely gonna go for that because I really, really wanted this figure. Oh, and this is another toy that Premium DNA does that I'm going to do a video on soon. So please be aware of that. They make great figures, by the way. Premium DNA makes some awesome figures. I'm not gonna lie. They took some really cool ideas and they gave them life. They gave them a home for all us nostalgia nerds. And this is really well done. Everywhere else is pretty cool. But the issue that I had, first of all, when I received the package from AliExpress, the main head was already broken inside the neck piece here. And that was frustrating to open a package and part of it is already broke. But in my head, I said to myself, what did I expect? It's $15 or so from AliExpress. Really wasn't expecting a lot there. They probably got this return from somebody because the head was broken. They said, I don't see the problem, and just wrapped it back up and sold it to me. Who knows? But yeah. So the head was broken to start off with before I even opened the package. The articulation on this figure is pretty cool too. Like everything is so very well done. The color scheme, it's just I'm going to say now, I am pro team no heat. So when I get my figures, I just break them right out the package and start bending them around and putting them in crazy poses right out of the packaging. I don't do the whole, oh, you got to boil water, add salt, mix it around, let it cool, and then you can move I don't do all that. And take a blow dryer and hold it for 15 minutes. And I don't do any of that. First of all, I'm too afraid that I'll accidentally melt my action figures, and they cost money. Okay. Secondly, it shouldn't have to be all that for some action figures, guys. Look at this. Look at this. This was the head. This was the head that was broken whenever I got the figure. And the piece was stuck in the neck piece. The little ball joint that goes in there. That was frustrating. That was just ultimately frustrating. So it was stuck in there. And when I went in there with a screwdriver to get the ball piece out, you see I got the ball piece out, but you could see around the edge here, I chipped a lot of the paint just to get that ball joint out of there. And it really sucked. Just really sucked because this is like his normal face, I guess, when he's just walking around. And that ball joint is gone. I couldn't find it anywhere. It got really chewed up as I was trying to take it out. But now that I look at this, I'm starting to see maybe I could even use this without the ball joint. Maybe. I don't know. It's just the whole. I'll get to it in a minute. I will tell you in a minute. But here, look, this one even. I tried to put, after I got the one ball joint out, stupid me, I tried to put this one in there. But you could see it broke, and I had to glue it back on. And it's just, it looks horrible. It looks like there's glue all over the place. And yeah, just at a weird angle. And this didn't even work because this is not the first time I've had to glue this back on. It's like the second or third time I've had to glue this back on because I tried to put it in here, right, to replace the original head, but it gets so tight in there, it's so stuck that the ball joint just gets stuck in the neck piece and you can't do anything with it. Look at this. That's the glue being weird. And look, now the piece is loose because I didn't use the right glue. It sucks. It sucks big time. It's so frustrating because I really wanted to like this figure. I really wanted to have this in my collection just because it's so cool to have a real, not a real, but a functioning Earthworm Jim action figure. He's got all the posability. Look, the hand just fell off. No, that was random. That never happened before. But yeah, look at this. And then look, the ball joint came off again. Just from me doing that. Now I gotta try to get this out. It's eternally frustrating. But I really wanted to like this figure because Earthworm Jim was one of my favorite cartoons growing up as a kid, and having the action figure in my collection so that I could use in one of my videos later was just exciting. Here's the other head. The ball came off of that one too. Like I tried all the heads and all the little ball joints at the end came off. Now here's this one floating around. I see now that you probably could take the head and just have it in there like that. That seems stable enough. But anyway, my main problem with this figure is not the heads, believe it or not, because they break off and that happens. It's with the feet. You see how the feet broke, right? I just had this thing sitting up somewhere because I was getting ready to make a video, and it was just standing, just regularly standing. There was no weight to it. The head wasn't in. He wasn't holding a gun. He wasn't doing anything special. He was just standing there, getting ready for me to use him, just like this, right? And he fell. Like he fell unprovoked. Like I just left him sitting there, and I come back in the next day and he had fallen, and yeah, that happened. I have no idea. And the pegs broke off inside the feet. So the pegs are in there, and I can't get them out. Like, not without special tools. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a tool guy. Like, I have no idea how I would even go about fixing this. I want to say I could just glue it back on at the ankles and just have him stand like this. And it'll be just, you know, 2 less points of articulation that I can't use, and that's fine. But even with glue, like, look at this. If I move him slightly like this, I don't see this working at all. But I just, this is ultimately frustrating because I wanted to like this figure, and I wanted to like this figure line and get all the rest of the figures in the line to make a whole Earthworm Jim thing. But yeah, I don't know if there's any fixing this. If you guys have any ideas on how to fix something like this, please leave a comment below, or, you know, something. Maybe I could find some other type of glue or tool that I can use to put this guy back together, and he could just be a statue in the background or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but if you guys could help me, please, I would appreciate it. Leave a comment below if you have any ideas on how to fix this. But that's it for now. I really wanted to like this figure. I really did. I was so excited to get him. So excited to have him be a part of this. But yeah, for now, I guess he's just as good as fodder for another toy, I guess. I don't know. I usually don't do that kind of stuff, but, you know, like I said, I could do without the ball joint on the head. I could just, you know, stick this in here and it would work, I think. It's these feet. The feet were so fragile. I have no idea how that even happened. But yeah. Going on with this, I gotta say. See, if this was the $50 version, I would be so mad right now because that's $50 that I just flushed down the toilet. And that doesn't make any sense. So, but yeah, it's like I said, you get what you pay for. I got this for 15 on AliExpress. It might still be there for 15 on AliExpress if you guys want to go and check it out. Maybe you'll get a better figure that lasts a little longer than mine's did. I just the frustration is real, guys. The more I look at this, the more frustrated I get because I'm just like, this was going to be such a cool figure and such a cool addition to the rest of my figures. But please leave a comment below if you guys have any ideas on how to fix this. I feel like I could just glue this back together and it'll be fine, but I'm going to find the right glue for that. Hopefully there's a good glue out there that I can use. Frustrating. Yeah. So this was my problem with the Premium DNA Earthworm Jim action figure. If you guys have anything to say, leave it in the comments below. Please like and subscribe to the video. That's about it, I guess, for now. Like I said, like and subscribe. Please comment. And I guess I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day. The like and subscribe button should be around here somewhere. Look around. I don't know. We'll talk about this later, I guess. I mean, this might still work. I don't know. I'll explore. We'll see. Maybe I'll just get the $50 version and see if it holds up. I don't know. So much potential. So much wasted potential. Anyway, Premium DNA, get on your stuff. Fix this, because this is nonsense. We want these figures. We just don't want them to break on us right out of the package. All right? That's it. Peace.